Okay, let's have a look at this little tinker here, specifically the machine on the right, which is the old Mazooma machine jumping Jack Cash on a £25 jackpot. You'd have to be going back to the early 2000s for this, wouldn't you? I think 2002, 3, maybe 2004, something like that. It's getting on a bit now. There was a straight clone of it called Grand Blaster Cash, and I think maybe one or two others, but the only ones that I ever had were Jumpin Jack Cash and Grand Blaster Cash, and they had a nice little method on them to kind of double jackpot them. But it only worked on a few specific machines, like other machines, like the one on the left here, Evolution, which seems to have a similar sort of setup. You can't do what you can do on Jumpin Jack Cash, because the idea behind this is that we get a super skill stop banked, as it were. So what you would do is you get the machine happy to give super skill stop off the bonus at number 4 here. So you'd be playing through, you wouldn't be collecting anything, you wouldn't be taking any features, you get nothing in the bank, and obviously the machine would get happier, and eventually it would give super skill stop off the bonus at number 4 here. Now we all know what super skill stop is, it'll go right up to the top, should be an easy mega streak, but what you would do is deliberately completely miss it. And the idea then is that you would avoid the bonus at 4, so get a normal win on the reels, exchange into the feature, take a mega streak, which obviously is at least 25 quid, but it could go past, it could do 50 or even more sometimes. And then when you're back on the normal game, you then play for the bonus at number 4, and the idea is that super skill stop should still be there. So you've got another jackpot. So the idea being that you're going to get at least 50 quid. Now, in my experience, I don't know if people just weren't really doing these, they weren't getting forced out, the method wasn't being done, whatever, but I found them generally quite happy around here, and they would usually be fairly willing to get super skill stop happy for not too much in. You know, as little as a tenner sometimes, maybe 15, 20 quid, something like that. Now, what I have done here is I've already got this super skill stop happy, so it should be happy to give super skill stop off the bonus, but as I say, that would generally not cost too much in the wild to do. So we'll put a few credits in, you go on 30p a go, and we're just after the bonus at 2. Now, part of the issue here is that because it's so happy, it will probably be quite content to give pseudo invincible boards when you exchange into the feature. And the issue behind that is it can get surprisingly difficult to kill the board off without collecting a highish amount. I don't know. Maybe there are some features that you can collect that you can get nothing off. I don't know, but this was not. I can't remember how this. Oh Jesus, that could be slightly problematic. There we are. So now the issue around this is that it could be a like pretend invincible board, which I think, see how it's just winning all these gambles. So double shot. Well, we don't actually. I don't want. What I'd like to do really is. Okay, we'll just collect 250. Oh, so that's even better. We can just collect a quid. I thought it added them both up on the double shots, but it doesn't. And it's entirely possible that my way of doing this was not optimal. I can't remember how I had it explained to me, or even only had it half explained to me, and I kind of filled in some of the blanks myself or whatever. But I settled on this as it's actually been a bit of a pain in the arse here. It's kind of avoiding it quite well. So we can get it off that, which is fine. Just check. Oh, got to be slightly careful there because there's a £5 win, isn't there? So let's try that again, shall we? There, nothing there. No. So let's have a look. Come on. I don't know if there's any features here that you can kill off with nothing. So that if you do get binned into a pseudo invincible board, you can kill it off with nothing. Well, that's going to potentially spin them. Come on, super skill stop, please. No. It should be about ready for it. Go with that maybe. No. No. could sometimes be a little bit awkward, and it could be surprisingly hard work getting the bonus as well. There we are. So there's our super skill stop. Right, okay. Now we just wedge it and go blip, and deliberately screw that up. I was sometimes a little bit suspicious about it and tried to do it more than once. And because what you need it in is the position where every bonus is super skill stop. I think I'm kind of content that that's there. So now what we do is play for an actual feature off a normal win. So that looks okay. Now, these boards, in my experience, would often be, like I say, these pseudo-invincible boards, because it's basically jackpot happy. And I'm not going to push it and go against the numbers or anything like that, but obviously the machine's fairly happy anyway because it's giving super skill stops. So we just try and hurry this along here. Where's double shot? It's down the bottom somewhere, isn't it? There we are, double shot. Again, I'm a little bit too nervous to start going on stupid numbers, but my feeling is that this will probably be a Mega Street board. Where's... No lose, okay. It may well be that I don't actually have to be this careful, but you know, you're always slightly nervous, aren't you? Because it does actually have an invincible board. And this is not... It's not indicated that it's an invincible board. So I'm not going to start gambling against the numbers or anything like that. And I will take the safer numbers. Right, come on, that should be fairly close now. Come on. Okay, and again, I'm not going to go daft. Oh, there we are. And it's actually gone invincible anyway. So, super duper. So, we're definitely going to be able to gamble out for the mega now. There we are. So, this is going to be at least 25 quid, but they could go past. They could do 50, and I think on rare occasions that they could even do a 75. The banked super skill stop mega streak I found was usually flat or nearly flat. You need to go on for an extra £5 or something like that. This is the one that you would want to go past properly, as it were, and give you maybe 50 or more quid. So let's see what it does. Hopefully it will go beyond the 25, but we'll have to wait and see. Where's the 25? So it's going to add that up, put it into the bank, and then we'll find out if it's actually going to go on or not. So that doesn't mean it's stopped. It sticks it all in the bank, and then you find out just now if it's going to go on or not. So it has. Good. Hopefully it'll do another 25, but I seem to remember they could do weird amounts, these. But we'll find out. And these were okay. I had alright results with these, and even in the UK as well, because I remember being over in the UK visiting family on a training course, that sort. I remember being down in Reading and finding one of these in a pub there, and just did exactly this method, and it was fine. Won on it. I remember winning on pubs and went round some of my old haunts in Radcliffe I'd say 2004 if I'm pulling a date out my arse, and so yeah, I found one of these in God, I think it was in the 3 Arrows pub in Radcliffe, and yeah, it was just fine. It was ready to, I think, do a 50 or a 75, I can't remember, but they seem to be okay. So that's it. So 50 quid off the mega, that's good. It's better than a flat 25, and a 50 was about right. That wasn't too uncommon. Now the idea is now that super skill stop should be banked. So if I can now get a bonus at 4 on the entry trail, which I can here. The idea is, please don't make a liar of me, the idea is now that I've got a banked super skill stop. There it is. Okay, and now of course we can just go dong and another mega. This will be 25 or 30 maybe, from as best I can recall. Did I talk about the one on the left here? Yeah, my point was that there were other machines, a lot of machines at this time, had a similar kind of scenario going on, and they had, like Evolution here, does have a super skill stop on the bonus. And I did play around with it in the emulator back when these layers were originally released, and other machines like this and tried the same thing. It really doesn't work on anything else. It was only Jumpin Jack Cash, Grand Blaster Cash, I think the one or two others that were actual clones. Machines that look like they're similar and it would maybe work on, it doesn't work on. So it just was limited to these ones. And it's either going to be flat or maybe an extra £5, I would think. So there you go. 75 quid. 15 quid in. I mean, okay, the numbers are perhaps flattering me a little bit there because I maybe took, it's cost me perhaps £15-20 less because I didn't have to put too much in to get it super skill stop happy. My experience with these was that they were okay. They, of course, and we are going back to the time when machines were getting a lot more casual play. There were far more fruit machines around. You know, it wasn't unusual to see people playing fruit machines. I remember, well, if you look back at that video that donned the next level of beard, where I'm playing donned the next level incredibly badly and then spawned the £100 box. We were in that pub for hours and hours and hours. We stayed in there for a long time. I was the only person who went near the fruit machine we were in that pub for 4 or 5 hours that day. Nobody went anywhere near it apart from me. Whereas in this time, the early 2000s, fruit machines got played. People played them. They would put change in from the round or they'd just have a go anyway. So they got played a lot more. So when these were around here, I generally found them in a fairly good mood and they would be fairly happy to get the super skill stop thing going and would just do that method. Now, it's like as ever, I mean, if I've got it completely wrong there, please do leave a comment and let me know what my terrible blunders are, because I think I only got half told this one in the day and kind of filled in some of the blanks myself, but that was how I did them. It worked okay. 50-75 quid was usually a result on this for maybe 30 and something like that. So there you go. That's a couple of old Mazoomas on the £25 jackpot. Hope that video has been entertaining as ever. Thank you very much for watching and hopefully I will see you next time.